Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-April 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do have a recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me, and you'll also be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started here, Sagittarius. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at what's coming for the remainder of April. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, let's go ahead and get started here in column number 1, which is what is wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. First, we have the card, I Feel Confident. This is always such a good one, and this is one that if you are not already utilizing as an affirmation, I strongly encourage it. Confidence is key. You've probably heard that before, but I like this. This means that you've been able to go through the last few weeks with a good sense of confidence, confident in your skills, your capabilities, the outcomes, all around good card to have. But let's see what messages we've got coming through here, Sagittarius. Let's see how the last few weeks have been. Almost like validating some of the things that have happened to you, for those of you that may need that validation. But first up, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of surprise gifts, so something unexpected coming in. This could have been like a coffee, Venmo, flowers. You may even like found something walking on the ground, like dropped the walk while you were walking on the ground. This can also be a card where we're not feeling super fulfilled, or there could be kind of a sense of apathy or lack of fulfillment. We'll clarify that though and see if we can get any more context there. The next card that we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship. It's a card of celebration. Definitely could have been out and about with some friends, Sagittarius, which I love. Likely celebrating maybe a birthday party, baby shower, wedding, any of those wonderful things, but it does seem like there was some potential for some celebration there too, which I like to see. This could be circle of support too, so if at any point in time you were kind of feeling some of these down emotions, there could have been a pick-me-up and some support from a friend there. The next card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It's a card of reflection potentially for some of you. This is also a gift card though, so definitely seemed like there is some gift energy coming in, some sort of surprise or unexpected gift there. This is also a reunion, so again, I see you getting together with friends or family, maybe some people that you haven't seen for some time. I should have thrown this out there in the first place. Cups are very emotional energy too, and you do have all cups here. But let's take a look now at our clarifiers and see what other messages we've got. First, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very traditional. It's very conventional. It's a card of expectations. Again, I do think that this could have been like a birthday or a wedding that you could have gotten together for. Something kind of traditional in that sense, maybe like a graduation as well. In terms though of finding this item or this surprise, it was really unexpected. This can be like a card of expectations, but this wasn't anywhere like on the radar, it doesn't seem. So again, really neat surprise gift there. The next card that we have is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords can be a card of not very good relationships. This could be like theft, betrayal, dishonesty, wanting to move away. Again, this is where that circle of support is coming in. So if there's any low emotions or any of these type of events, really having that circle of support. You also could have been the circle of support, so people could have been coming to you for support as well. You could have been feeding into that circle of support there. Then the next card that we have here is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is like Prince or Princess Charming. This is very romantic, very proposal-like. This reunion could have been a loved one. You see kind of that heart peeping out of the cup there on the Six of Cups as well. But a very relationship-driven, but that's pretty obvious. We've had a couple of cards that said family, friends, relationships. So really getting out there and enjoying those around you. It could have been like an ex though too that we had a reunion with, but again it could have just been friend or family. Let's take a look now at our next column though, Sagittarius, which is what is coming for the remainder of April. So just kind of a peek or a highlights of what's coming for the remainder of April. We have the card I Will Pray. So there's definitely something that we're hoping for here. If the word pray doesn't resonate with you, that's okay as well. We can take a look at this as like you're hoping for something, praying for something, manifesting, wishing, whatever word resonates for you. But there is something that you want, something that you're praying for, something you're hoping for going into these last few weeks of April. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at what messages we've got here. Woo, you're hitting the cup cards hard today. Definitely lots of emotional energy, emotional April for you. That doesn't mean that's bad. Emotional, I think, has like kind of a negative connotation towards it. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but lots and lots of emotions with the cup cards. But first up, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing a little bit, pulling back a little bit. You may have like maxed out your social battery here in these last few weeks. So I imagine you're going to have a little bit more personal, a little bit more quiet next few weeks with the Eight of Cups. This can also be a card of moving forward, moving on to something new. So again, kind of pulling back. Excuse me, sir. Sorry about the cat wanting to say hello. But pulling back a little bit of quiet time, but also moving forward towards something. I do think that this moving forward type energy will be moving towards this thing that we're hoping for or praying for. But we'll, of course, clarify and see what other context we can provide. The next card that we have is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is kind of a loneliness card too. Again, I think your social battery, your talking to people battery might be kind of low just given some of the interactions in the last few weeks. So that's not a terrible thing, but we can only have so much other person time. So this feels a little bit too quiet too. This can also be like a card of loss, regret, grief. So there are some low feelings in here. Not sure if this is an isolated incident, but we'll take a look. But it could just be a reflection again of that Eight of Cups card where we're just kind of withdrawing, pulling back a little bit. At the bottom here we have the Four of Pentacles or the Four of Coins. This is a card of desire for long-term security. So definitely no doubt there's something we're hoping, praying, manifesting here, trying to move towards. The Four of Cups again is that same desire, that same thing that we're praying for. Let's go and clarify this through though and see what other context we can provide. First we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. This is a very spiritual card. It's a very intuitive card. It's kind of like So if you feel like you need to pull back a little bit with the Eight of Cups, I would definitely by all means do that. It's almost like you need to recharge your battery, but we also need to move towards this, and maybe you need this quiet time to plan or regroup or even be doing some heads down work on this. The next card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords can be a card of self-imposed restrictions, but this is also kind of a card of withdrawing and retreating with the Eight of Swords. It's a card of isolation. So I do see you having some you time. Again, I'm not confident if it's because you're burnt out here, or again, if you need some heads down time to work towards this thing that you really want. At the bottom here, we have the Death card. I always like to throw it out there. The Death card does not mean death, Sagittarius, but it does indicate a change. It's a transformation. It's moving on. It's moving forward. So I like this. We are moving forward towards this desire, and we're making some pretty substantial changes, which for whatever reason, we seem to need to withdraw a little bit to get done. Okay. Now let's move on to our next column. We're going to start out with a quick money message here. It says affirmation, I am in a happy and healthy relationship with money. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. The first card we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. This is like new information coming in here, new clarity. I feel like there's an unknown at work right now, and you're going to be getting the information on this unknown. So it's like maybe you're waiting to hear like if you're getting a job or what's happening with a project, or maybe there's some sort of reorganization. There's some sort of unknown, but this is you finding out the information to that unknown there, Sagittarius. So won't be unknown for too long. The next card that we have is Temperance. Love Temperance when she comes in. This is a card of balance. It's a card of harmony. If work's been really slow, it means work will pick up a little bit. If work's been really busy, things will even out a little bit. Same thing with spending. Maybe you've had to spend a lot. This will give you a chance to spend a little less. Just some balance and harmony coming to career and money. So like that. And then at the bottom here, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is speed, action, quick change, so things moving quickly. This is also news coming in though, finding out information. So we have those two information cards. Again, there seems to be some sort of missing, something we don't know or understand at this point. And you'll be getting that information. The first clarifier we have here is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card of being very nurturing, being very supportive. I'm just going to throw this out here, Sagittarius. I think you will be happy and supportive of the information that you hear. But even if you're not sure about it, I think it's going to be important that you at least act happy and supportive of the information. I think for some of you, genuinely this will be good news, but for some of you, you're not going to be quite so sure. But like your bosses and your peers are going to be looking for a positive reaction from you. So just keep that in mind on how you respond to the news here. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very reliable card. It's a card of being patient. It's a card of being hardworking. Again, I think for some of you, work has been really slow, so you've been patiently waiting for more work. For some of you, work's been really busy and you've been patiently waiting for it to ease up. Either way, ties nicely into that balance there. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Wands. Again, anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. This is new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. This information that you find out will be leading to something new. Potentially like a new project or a new position or a new role or a new partnership. So something new coming from the information that's found out. I think we kind of assume that, but shouldn't assume. So there it is in message form there for you. Now, Sagittarius, let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So quick message here. It says power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Sagittarius. First, we have the Two of Coins or the Two of Pentacles. This is a busy card, so this is multitasking. This is weighing a lot of different things. This can also be an indicator of a decision that needs to be made, so do keep kind of an eye and ear out for that. I see you kind of weighing your options between a decision, so like weighing path A versus path B. The next card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of family and friends and reunion, so in the love column we also do include family, friends, children, marriage. So it seems like this is going to be a big month for family and friends. I think we saw a lot of that already. There could be another celebration coming up. Be aware of maybe your social battery being a little low for this, but I do potentially see another celebration with family, friends, or another sort of reunion. Maybe this reunion we talked about earlier is a love interest. Talked about a little bit of reunion, so another tie back to reunion there. And at the bottom here, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card of having to make a decision. So again, you have the Two of Coins up there where we're weighing our options, and then this is us making the decision here. Potentially, you could be leveraging family and friends for support on making that decision. Let's take a look at our clarifiers though. Up first we have the Judgment card. We just talked about the Judgment card. Again, this is that decision that needs to be made. So weighing our options to then make the decision. The next card that we have is the Three of Pentacles. Conveniently, this is teamwork. This is that family, that friend, that collaboration again. So again, you could be reaching out to others. You could be going out, spending time with family and friends there again. And then at the bottom here, we have the Tower card. The Tower card can come across as unwanted change. So this could be a decision that maybe you don't want to make, but need to make. And be aware that when we make the decision, it may not happen exactly the way we want it to, but that's okay. I always tell people, like, you plan for A, B, C to happen and D, E, F ends up happening. But at the end of the day, the Tower card is kind of a course correction. It takes you where you need to go. So be less worried about how you're getting there and more focused on where you're going. Okay, Sagittarius, let's take a look now at our final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of I am crown of creation. This is a good one. I always like this creation type energy. It's such a good reminder to focus on the things that we can control, the actions we can take, but really a lot of potential for you to create whatever you may want or need. But let's see what energy is coming underneath there. First up, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is super important that we trust our intuition. I tell people the Moon card is kind of like the curve in the road that we don't see coming. So there could be something unexpected that pops up, so just be aware of that. But let your intuition navigate you through that. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card potentially of self-defense or feeling like there's some sort of competition in a situation. We're going to look into that a little bit more and see. It seems like you are working to create something here, Sagittarius, and something popped up. And potentially what's popping up is like there's competition. Maybe you have an idea of what you're working on, and then there's something that feels like competition coming through. We're going to clarify still. I thought that message was a little bit more baked. Let's see what happens here. The next card that we have is the Emperor. The Emperor is really long-term, very strategic. It's good long-term moves. So I feel like whatever we're working towards is still going to be promising, but something's popping up, and again, you feel like you're having to defend it, or you're feeling like there's competition potentially surrounding this idea. But let's take a look here and see. First up, we have the Strength card. The Strength card's a card of self-respect, self-love, and with the lion on there, it's courage. So do keep pushing through, even though this curve in the road pops up, even though there could feel like there's competition or a challenge with this idea. Keep pushing forward there with the Courage card. The next card we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is typically not very good relationship, so it's like bully, theft, violence, abusive, toxic relationship. With the Seven of Wands, again, I feel like it's somebody saying like, oh, I don't like that idea, or why would you do that? And that's where that kind of self-defense or that defense of the idea is coming in. So it's kind of like that bully or that kind of negativity, but again, keeping the strength carrying forward and to keep pushing forward on this. On top of the Emperor, we have a really nice card here, the Four of Pentacles. This is, again, our desire for long-term security. These are the things that we want. But keep pushing forward. Like I said, long-term, it seems good. It's like this is saying, this is what I want long-term. And then the Emperor is saying, okay, this is what you need to do long-term. So push past this hiccup. Don't let it dethrone you or derail you from creating what you want. Okay, now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 10 of Hearts. This is number 7 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 6 of Diamonds. The 6 of Diamonds, the number 51 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, this is the 10 of Spades. Number 30 card, that one's going to be a no. So yes, no, no there for you, Sag. We're also going to take a look at our healing notes card. This is a crystal to keep with you. through the end of April. You have Fire Opal this month, which is good for passion, being spontaneous. It's like the firework crystal, very cheerful, very creative, passion on all levels. And last but not least, a healing note here for you. Sagittarius, your healing note says, walk gently, breathe peacefully, and laugh joyfully. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your April.